Take 5, probably, for this episode, guys. Oh, God, if one thing can go wrong after another, let me tell you. I mean, it's really my fault because I started to edit the episode and I was like, I think I'm just going to record it again because I want to add a couple things to it. So I did. And it's been one issue after another, after another, after another. And I got to be honest with you, if it sucks this time, I don't care at all. It's summer, and this is a downtime for me when it comes to the podcast, if I can be honest with you. I also split my finger working out, so that sucks. I needed to up my game up on working out more because, I'm older now, and it's health is a big thing, and I don't think I've been doing a good job of it. I think I slacked after the vacation, and getting back into it sucked. But anyway, I'm doing the Mission 22 charity, 22 push-ups a day for the month of July. I did this before, so you guys can go ahead and post on that link. Click on that link, and donate if you want. I think it's a good cause, man, and it's a good one to do. Gets them in shape, and also, if I can't do 22 push-ups a day for the month of July, which, by the way, I skipped yesterday, so today's not going to be fun. I've done that a couple times where I skip and I'm like, I'll just add 5 more today, 5 more tomorrow, 6 more, spread it out. But I've also been like, screw it, I'm doing 44 today. I just think it's a good one to get back in shape. So that's also been helping. I just got back from the gym and I'm sitting in a sweaty pool right now of disgustingness. I just threw a shirt on and said I'm doing this podcast. But we just did that episode, kind of going back to like talking about the 4th of July, talking about our friends and really kind of the difference, I think, between the connections that kids have nowadays to what they had back then. I just think the way that we handle our downtime, our summers, our playtime, I think it's different, and I think it affects us, and I think it affects us longer in life. You know what I mean? I'm just going to rip this off, and it's not going to be fun. I think what I mean by that is, and this episode is geared a lot towards the men out there, but it's really just towards people out there. Because as we get older, we think about things more, whether we want to or not. And I think if anybody says they don't, they're lying. Because the reality is you start to question your own mortality. You start to question the fact that, not question it, but there's an age that you get where you are, how much more time you got. It's a fear for some. It's an acceptance for others. I think having kids makes it worse. You start to look back at things that you've done in your life that you're like, man, I wasted a lot of time doing that. I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I could get that back. And some people take that as motivation to say, now, my latter half, my next 40, 50 years, God bless, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to focus, and I'm going to enjoy those 40, 50 years. Yeah, I got to work because maybe I didn't set up the way things I wanted to for the next 20 years instead of retire, or 30 years instead of retire. But you know what? I'm going to enjoy those moments, and I'm going to take care of myself because I don't want to just vanish, And I don't think it matters like what you believe in, if what religion you are, or God or goddess, or I'm not here to sit there and question somebody's beliefs, or sit there and judge what somebody believes in. I think you just do it. I think the idea that we can just disappear into nothing is what's the point? It's a very weird thing to do, and I think it's also very normal to question that. But I look at it and I go, men in particular have been, and I've talked about this before, we've been taught by movies and TV shows and music and books and media and the portrayal of men and the roles that were defined long before I was around to be a certain way, to do a certain thing. Because maybe we don't get in our feels as much as others, we get ignored when we do have those feels. There's a situation going out there right now. There's a group of people, and women in particular, some men, that really are there to discredit men on a whole. And it's not because they're jaded. That might be part of it. It's this way of thinking of, I don't need a man. I don't need a man to even tell me what to do, to explain to me what to do, to ask me what to do, to offer help, to hold the door in for me, to do these things. And I'm going to sit there and let them know, like, just get over it. You're so Neanderthal. You're so Cro-Magnon to sit there and think this. Like, there is haters out there all over social media, major influencers all over social media that want to discredit every single thing a man does. Isn't it dumb that men just sit there and will sit on the patio with their friends and laugh and have some drinks or have no drinks and just talk about movies and music and sports? Like, it's such a dumb thing to do. It's such a waste of time. Oh, my husband walks outside every night and just sits down on the patio a few minutes. Every time I'm in the shower, he just goes outside and chills. And I never know why. It's just so annoying. Like, I asked him, why do you do that? I asked him why he needs time in the garage to fix things when there's nothing to be fixed. Why? They discredit that. If the roles were reversed and us men were saying, hey, why do you have to go on the patio? Why do you need to go in your bedroom and shut the door for 5 minutes? Why do you take a longer shower? Why do you just want to watch a show by yourself? It's so stupid. We would be looked at as toxic and abusive, but when the woman does it and they talk about it and they do, it's accepted. And there's a group of people, and I need you guys to know, this is not a bash at women, but it's something wrong with our culture. Look, men have done enough stupid things in their lives, and there's a history of rotten men out there that, quite frankly, I get it. But there's also a history of rotten women out there. Why? Because there's rotten people out there in this world. My cat is playing with my Happy Dad hat right now. But they attack men. They don't like that men want to watch sports with their friends and have a Sunday. They don't like the fact that maybe their guy friends want to go for a run by them, or their guys, their brothers or fathers or husbands and whatever want to go for a run by themselves and not with them. Or they call their buddies up to go for a run, or they go to the gym with their buddies. God, you need to get back in shape, but why don't you go to your gym with your buddy all the time? It's this, and you wonder why men are like, you know what? I don't need you. I'm done with you. I'm going to stay single because I don't need to hear it anymore. We're taught to sit there and go to work and keep our head down and work, and come home and if you have a family, then to work at home and work with the kid and not have a moments of peace. And sometimes in life that happens. But God forbid, when you ask for something, a man, a boyfriend asks for something, hey, I just want some time with my buddies, you get crucified. It gets held over your head. It comes with a price, and you get criticized for having time to yourself. But go get up in the morning, go to work, stay healthy, pay for me, handle this. That weight of the world that men carry, and yes, men carry. Okay? This is not about me attacking you for what you do in your life, woman, females, or the men out there that don't feel this way. This is a message for the majority, and it's an eye-opening message because I see it all the time. I see it at work and I see it with my friends, and I'm like, what is going on? We carry this unbearable weight, and we're never supposed to talk about it ever. Even in 2025, we're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to talk about the things that keep us up at night. We're not supposed to talk about the struggles. We're not supposed to talk about the financial burdens. And I get that too, because some of that I agree with. Not everybody needs to know your feelings. Not everybody needs to know your innermost thoughts. I say that as I have a podcast, but the amount of stuff that's in my head, trust me, you guys don't need to know. Nobody asks us about what we're feeling or how we're hurting on certain things, you know? A friendship of ours falls apart. We're just supposed to accept it because we're men. But a female's friendship falls apart. I got to hear about it for 7 months. I know we're made up differently, but what's the lot? You don't need us until it's time to need us. I don't need a man. I don't need even my men friends, to be honest with you, until it's time for me to need them. I just ordered this dresser and I got to pick it up and I don't want to pay for people to do it. I'm going to call my brother up. Thought you didn't need us. Okay. So you need me to do those man things, quotation marks. But you don't want to ask me what's going on in my life. Okay. You don't want to ask me that, especially as a father. You hear about horrible tragedies like we have in Kerrville, man. God, it's when I think about like the children that are gone and their last moments, what were they thinking? How did they accept the fact that they were dead? Did they suffer? Did they just go to sleep? Like, and you realize that that's what can happen. We all, and I'm not going to make this about Kerrville, but in the flooding in Texas, you know, we all want to find somebody to blame, somebody to punch, right? It's easy for us if we have something tangible. If I drink this right now and I start choking, spitting up blood, I can blame the water. God, there's something in the water. Could be something else inside my body. I'm going to blame the water because it's tangible. Oh, the alarms didn't go off. President Trump this, Biden this, Abbott this. Guys, you just lost a bunch of people. Can we not politicize this, please? But we're going to because our government's garbage and because both sides lie to you and both sides proved with the way that they've handled multiple things over the years that they don't care. The way that they've literally covered up Epstein. Both sides, including the guy saying that he wasn't going to do it. They don't care. So please don't come at me during any elections and talk to me about politics. Please don't, because I'm gonna tune you out. But can we look at the lives that we lost? And when you think about that, as a parent, that can happen anytime. You send your kid to school, you don't know if they're going to come home because nothing's guaranteed. You assume this and you go day to day and you have to. You have to go to work. You have to have your life. You can't sit and worry and put a bubble around yourself and your family because that's not reality. So you have to think, yeah, I'll pick my kid up from school today until you can't pick your kid up from school today. Those thoughts run in us men's heads more than you realize. Keeps you up at night. Keeps me up at night sometimes. You never know if you're going to kiss your kid and you know it's going to be the last time. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Because those parents, they did that. All they did was send their kids. All they did was send their kids to camp. Like so many of us have been. I've been to camp, 5th grade camp for a week. Who knows what could have happened, especially the stuff we did. I think about that with Luke. You know, my friends. You live long enough, you experience enough loss. Even if you are just a leave it to Beaver. I'm gonna stop using that line too, bro. That line's so old, people are gonna forget. You know, even if you are just the stereotypical, generic, boring life, go to work, go to school, ride your bike, go to the gym, watch movies. You experience something that makes you realize the outside world is not on the same page as you. And as a man, you're supposed to eat that and swallow it and be strong while everybody else is weak. And they're not even being weak. They're just having weak moments, or they're just, and I get that. You can do that. But after a while, that weight, that unbearable weight, and that thoughts, and this wears you down, man. It ages men more than you could ever know because nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. So a man sits there, says, I'm fine. Got it. No big deal. Cool. I promise you, when a man says he's fine, he ain't fine. I know it because I've said it. I'm good. I'm good now, guys. This episode isn't like a dive in to what's going on. It's just from the conversations I've had over the last week or two, from the things I've seen, and then the experiences. I mean, getting ready to go back to school, and you start thinking these things, and as the kids get older and they start interacting with more people, they create better situations and learning situations, but more things are going to come their way, and you want to protect them because that's your job, and you realize you can't, not 100%. And then all those thoughts come in, and you go down the rabbit hole. But nobody cares what the men have to say as long as they go to work and get a paycheck. I saw this woman with her boyfriend openly in front of me. It's a customer, mind you, not nobody I know. Well, he just lets me do what I want anyway, as long as, I'm going to buy it. He's just going to go to work. They were debating on buying something that was a little pricey. And I was like, look, you don't have to get it now, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. I said, or there's this way. And whatever. I was just, they already had some decent stuff from me. They bought some decent stuff. So this bottle was a little pricey. Oh, we're going to get it. Right? And he's like, yeah, we can get it, like, maybe for the holiday. We're going to get it now. And if we want another one, we'll come back and buy it. He's going to let me do it because he's just going to go to work and pay for it. And she looks over at him, right? And he's like, yeah, we can get it, if you want. She's like, yeah, see, I'm going to get it. Meanwhile, what was going on in that guy's head was the financials that he now, whatever their budget is, whatever their situation is, he now has to figure out a way to put that back in. Clearly, there was a reason why he didn't want to get it now, but she's just like, just do it. You just go to work and fix it. First off, super embarrassing and rude. And I don't know their situation, but I know how to read people. And that look on that face was not of a man that was happy with making this purchase. Yes, we can sit there and say he put himself in that situation. He knew how she was, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Eventually you just get beat down and you accept that beating. As human beings, you can only take so much. Your will to live, your will to survive, your will to carry on can be broken. Everybody's will can be broken. It's just a matter of how far. You can stretch that and rubber band that situation and patch it up. It's real. I put the bottle in and he walked away. Is that the look of a man that's defeated? That's why it's so important for men to have their boys and to have their people around them. To take time for your health, to take time for your physical exercise and well-being, and to take time to sit there and go, yeah, I need to unplug from all you guys for a while. Just because you unplug from your wife, your girlfriend, or life, and do something you want to do doesn't mean you're bad. Like, doesn't mean you don't love them, doesn't mean you don't care. It's, if anything, it's like you're fixing yourself. And you can't, because men are fixers. We want to fix things. We can't help it. We can't fix everything. But when we are being told, no, you can't do this, don't do this, don't do this, just do this list of things that I need, don't worry about anything else. Why would we ever want to help you? Why? I see it all these times, like all over the place. And some of it's just for clicks and some of it's rage bait. But the reality is, no. There's people out there that spend their life taking apart things that men enjoy. You get mad because your man is sitting on the patio taking time for himself? Who are you? Well, I mean, I just had to be with the kids all day. Okay. So, I didn't get any time to myself. You were just in the shower and he was outside the length of the time that you were in the shower. He was at work all day because you don't work. You chose to stay home. You had kids and said, I'm going to stay home. When those kids go to bed, you get time to yourself. Like that, I'm not saying that people don't need time for themselves. And I think there needs to be a balance, especially in a family and a marriage and raising kids. Sometimes, yeah, the man, let's take the extra. Mom's not feeling good. Mom's tired today. She's beat. She needs some time. I got you. Well, that works both ways. And dad just worked, like 7 days straight. He came home. He went to your soccer game. He ate dinner with you. He read to you. He took you to school in the morning before work. You know what? Dad's got 2 days off after 7 days. He's going to mow the yard. He's going to clean the garage. He's going to do stuff for you. Let's give dad a break. You know what? I'm going to put the kids to bed tonight. I'm going to get you some snacks. I'm going to get some alcohol. Let's sit on a patio and talk together. Or you want to go hang out with your friends? God, you freaking earned it. Not, well, this is your first 2 days off, and we got things to do. What do you think this man has been doing? You're going to beat him down some more? Unbelievable, man. And there's people that post this on social media that say that, like, yeah, that's what he should do, because they don't care about men. Because we just have to toss this stuff in our backpack and continue to move forward. I can't tell you the amount of stuff that's in my backpack. So much. Some days more than others. Some of it's my own burden. We all have that, right? I'm not special. But I throw that to the side when it's time to take care of my son. I leave that at the door when I walk into the building at work. I mean, sometimes it's hard, dude, for all of us, for any person to leave that at the door. Because then you walk in the door and you've got your job, but then you've got this layer on top of this layer and these people that want to tell you their problems and this and then you care about your friends, so you're communicating with them. I got a friend going through divorce. You're communicating with them. You've got a friend that's, got a new job maybe, and so I'm talking to them about that because I care, and that's more, because God forbid I take a time out for a day. Then all of a sudden it's like, well, I reached out to you and you didn't answer. What do you want me to do, man? You know, Again, none of these are bad things. Like, what I'm saying is, why are we constantly crucifying men for doing things that women do and it's okay? Man, you gotta step up. And look, there's men that need to step up in more than one way. But you gotta step up and say, you know what? I don't care. Those women, I say that loosely on social media, that will probably hear this, if they do, and bash me about it. Yeah, I don't care. How are you paying for that outfit, by the way? Besides your OnlyFans account, how are you paying for that? It's empowering. You're empowered now because you got an OnlyFans. And I'm saying this because this is a group of women out there that are now making a lot of money and are like, I don't need you. Yeah. Well, what happens, hon, when your body drips and don't look the same no more? I don't care how old you are. Time does not wait for anyone. And you'll be beautiful in a different way, but not beautiful enough to pay, $10 a month to watch you do stuff and give you gifts and buy Amazon stuff. They're going to go to the next younger girl. And then you're going to need a man, right? Or did you take care of your money and set yourself up? It makes me sick. I was listening to a podcast of these three women, and one of them was she was in college. I forgot what she was doing. The other one was a bartender, and the other one was a influencer, so AKA OnlyFans. They all talked about how they don't need men. One of them had a boyfriend saying she didn't need men. The bartender. The guy said, "Well, you're bartending. Like that's great that you're at a great spot. You're making good money. That doesn't last forever." Yeah, well, then I'll just get married. Oh, there it is. You will just get married so the man can continue to give you the life of luxury and you won't have to deal with him. You're just going to whip him around to make the money so you do nothing. And they were okay with it. That's a culture that we live in. That's horrible. The other girl in college said, "Yeah, I know, but if I get bored with college, I will just find a man, aka find a bank account." What are we doing? That's what we're good for. You don't need us now until you need us. Man, you got to do better. And what I mean by that is you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to hold the door open for her. I'm just saying. People want to sit there and bash. I can't tell you, and I've talked about it on Trash Talk. I've talked about it on shows. There's a lot of times you hold the door open for somebody. I can't even get a thank you. I can't even get a nice smile or anything. Or they look at me like I just shanked them. Okay. Well, I'll close the door then. I ain't going to rush. Well, Brandon, it makes you feel better and you're the better person. Look, I'm not that better or bigger. I don't need to. I'm already trying to hold the door open. I got coffee in my hand, my phone, I got my backpack. I'm holding the door open for some freaking lady who thinks that she's God's gift to freaking men. Get out of here. Open the door yourself. What do you want from me? Don't call me when you got a flat tire. I let this woman in front of me get in line in the grocery store. I only had a couple things. She had a decent amount. And I was like, oh no. We kind of walked up together and I had the right of way in the grocery store. And I go, oh no, go ahead. And she goes, okay. And she just zipped in front of me. What? Okay. It's this attitude of treating, and you wonder why men are like, you know what, F you. I'm out. And they bitch and they don't go on dates, or they're dating younger because younger women, not all of them, the ones that are in that, and I'm not talking about creeps, okay? The ones that are staying away from their younger man are looking for guys a little bit older because they still have that value and they understand the importance of the dual roles. You understand that. That's why there's a lot of other cultures. When you look at the divorce rates, they're lower because it takes two. And it's not a you will make me dinner, give me my slippers, time for fun time in bed. No, it's a mutual understanding and a genuine care for people on a human level. And then it flowers into something else. Look it up and look at other countries' divorce rates. Scary. Meanwhile, in the United States, you got Cardi B. I don't need a man. Throwing her nasty stuff all over the place, messing up my camera. Implementing that to other women. Bashing men, bashing men, bashing men. Now, guys, I know this can go both ways. Brandon just brought up Cardi B. What about the men that bash women? They're not bashing the women. I mean, some of them are. They're not bashing women in song. They're bashing a segment of women. It's the same women I'm talking about. You don't want to be treated that way. You want to be called that. Don't act that. If I don't want to be called a jerk, but every one of my responses is smart aleck and I'm rude and I'm not helpful, then don't act that way. It's But I've talked to women that are in their 20s and 30s and they're like, no, dude, this guy's 10 years older than me and I don't care, because of X, Y, and Z. Because they understand their own freedoms, They understand what a man wants freedom-wise, because it ain't just about getting a hot younger chick. It's not. Okay? I know that everybody wants to assume that, but it's not. They understand. They have a mutual. Oh, you got your free time. You're going out with your friends. Cool. I'm gonna go out with my friends. Comfortable, stable in that friendship or relationship, marriage or whatever. Not are you going out with your friends? "Ah, well, okay. I'm gonna be home by myself. What are you, 4? Well, you got to be home by yourself for 6, 7 hours. Wait, what are you? What? Who says you got to be home by yourself? Why don't you call a friend over? Oh, well, nobody's around tonight. Okay. Well, I don't know. You're 30, so 35, 29. What, you know what I mean? Figure out what to do. What do you want me to put a child lock on the cupboard so you don't grab toxic chemicals? Are you idiot? Oh, but hey, I'm going out with the girls. It's her birthday, and you know how we are. No asking what we're doing. No caring if we have to work late. Just figure it out. Oh, bye. I didn't make anything to eat. I didn't go grocery shop today because I just had to get my hair done. You're on your own. Again, not that a man can't go buy some food and all that, but like, okay. So last week it was a problem for me. You didn't tell me about your friend's birthday, but this week it's a problem. Like, what are we doing? It's the lack of respect. And it's a culture of bashing men. And men are supposed to shovel it, eat it. Give me some more shit sandwich, guys, and put a little crap turd on it and a sprinkle of I don't give a F and eat it. That's what we're supposed to do. And lift trash on a pedestal. And trash people that act like they're your friends and act like they care, but they're slinging mud all over your name. And just shovel, just. Meanwhile, you got guys like me who are so loyal, they got secrets on people that have outright publicly crucified them. I got secrets on people that have made it their mission in life for a long time to smear my name, and I still ain't spilling it. Because that's who I am. But that's here, right? That's here. That's this pain right here, this tightness in my neck right here, or my chest right here. That's what that is. Okay, nobody cares. That's fine. So, men, take your days, man. Take your time, take your days, take your breaths, take care of yourself, and get rid of these people that are toxic. You're following people on TikTok and they're sitting here bashing. Don't engage, block. You know how many people I've blocked so I don't see their content? Because I'm not going to engage in somebody who's out there talking about how they don't need a man, and then all of a sudden, they got to change the electrical outlet, and they're calling, guess what? A man. I'm not saying that women can't do that, but I'm going to take a poll, and I think that the majority of them can. So there you go. I said it. I guarantee it. I got a flat tire. Let me call my dad. Well, isn't he a man? It's 2025, girl. You got a donut? Put it on. I don't want to do that. I'm going to a party. Oh, but now the grunt. Oh, me caveman, me change your tire for pretty lady. Girl, me knock you upside the head and throw you in the back of the trunk. Call it a day. Stupid. So men, take your time, man. Surround yourself with people that matter. Surround yourself with women that you can uplift and they can uplift you. That's what you got to do. And I don't care who they are. Friends, family members, boyfriends, or girlfriends, wives. But don't be getting sucked in. The minute that you sense a red flag, you pull that pin out of the smoke bomb, throw it, and escape like Batman. Michael Keaton your way up. Zip out of excess chemicals. Otherwise, you're going to be buying that $120 bottle of wine that you didn't want to buy. And going home being like, and then she's not even going to like it. I don't know why we bought that. It just wasn't that good. Are you going to be back and buying another one? That's what you got to do. And the same could be said for women, too. Women should do that to men, too, or people as well. But this isn't about that. It's not about you. Sit down. It's not a Barbie world. Okay? It's not. This is Brandon's world now. And this is who I'm speaking to. Men. Because I see too many men settle. And I see too many men and I hear about, well, I got to check with so-and-so if I can come over in 3 weeks. What? Yeah, I know you're having a get-together, man, but I got to... Oh, why? You got some plans? No. Oh, you got to get a sitter? No, I can do that. Okay, so why can't you commit? Well, I just have to run it by the missus. Oh, got it. You have no plans. You have a sitter. I haven't seen you in 4 months, and you got to run it by the missus if you can come to my once every millennium party that I have or get together because I'm busy. Got it. Oh, you think I could bring her? No, I don't. If it was that type of get together, I would tell you. Oh, that'd be easier. Yeah. You the same person that brings your dog to a grocery store? By the way, I hate those people, and I said it. Is it a service dog? No. I just didn't want to leave her. She's just a puppy. People bring kids. Cool. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Oh, the dog's my baby. That's fine. I get it. Dogs don't belong in grocery stores if it's not a service dog. Why? Because I saw a dog take a crap in a grocery store one day. And those people got asked to leave. Why? Because taking a crap on the floor is not okay. If you can't leave the house because your dog doesn't like it, you probably shouldn't have got that dog. And you probably should have thought about that. Frickin' Uber Eats, bro. Until someone can babysit your little crap machine. And this is not an anti-dog guy. I'm just saying, that's the type of man this guy is. Well, I gotta make sure. Can I bring my dog? Can I bring my wife? Yeah, man, I was gonna go to the game, but my wife wouldn't let me. What do you mean she wouldn't let you? You guys broke? Man, I got you. Nah, man, she just didn't want to. Oh, you guys had something going on? No, she was going out with her friends. What? This is real, guys. This is real things that I have heard. And you're just supposed to take it and eat it. And you don't think that soaks up on a man and he takes it and eats it and continues to get abused and stressed. And eventually he either dies unhappy, cheats on his wife, or snaps. We can avoid that, guys, by just bailing on toxic situations and saying, hey, sorry you're upset, but I'm going. I haven't seen my boys in a while. I need it. And if they don't understand, bounce. Deuces. But it's not just about that. It's about taking that moment. If you need that moment outside at night to go unwind and take a breath and meditate for a few minutes, do it. Because this is only going to get heavier. The backpack is only going to get heavier. The load is only going to get heavier. You've got to be able to shift it and unload it and share if you can and get some of it worked out, whatever way you can, healthy, because that's the role we're in. But it doesn't mean we have to sit there and be treated like dogs. Worse than dogs. Worse than stray dogs, because people will feed them. All right, guys, I'm out because I got to get out of this stinky. I'm sweating and like the armpit situation is disgusting. So I'm going to go take a shower. You guys can't come with me because I haven't started my own OnlyFans. So sorry. Next week, though, I got a fun episode. Actually, I think next week is the Superman episode. Let's go. Superman episode because lots to talk about. Part 2 with Nick Luck. And then I have another episode coming up. Some of the best animated movies, I think, of all time. Everything from Pixar, from OG Disney, to some of those that we might have forgotten about. We're going to talk animated films. I'm solo on that one, but it's a really fun one. I got this idea from at work when I was talking about robots, which is one of my favorite animated movies. But we're going to dive into some animated movies. We're going to kick it back and kind of look at the state of animated films. So check that out. Again, lifeofanaverageshowpodcast.com. You go ahead and you can check out the Mission 22 on all my social media, drop your comments, all that good stuff. I got to go. I'm disgusting. See you guys later.